Hi friends, there was a question asking how to select and edit rows of a product table. So this our restaurant management will edit the product table, and in fact you can use any other, the same technique can be used to edit any other table. So let's start by selecting one row. You can, here is the basic structure of the our product table. You can use your own also. This the all the fields available. So different fields will try to edit it, and this SQL dump with sample data is also available. You can use it in our earlier. This is a part of our restaurant management script. So different 7-8 parts are there already. You can watch and understand how this works. Now in this we'll focus on the select and edit of the product table. You can select any product, any row of data here. You see there are 3 categories the data is available. So it's a breakfast, lunch, dinner. In your case it can be food item, grocery items, or some milk item. All the thing you can categorize the product based on that. And this category is 1. Suppose if I'll go to lunch, this category is become 2, and this became dinner means this became category became 3. Availability is 1 means it's available. If it is 0, it is not available. So that way let's select it. Once you select this, all the items whatever it is, it's available for edit purpose. So first let's change the availability. If it is you can see here it is 1. So I'll just change it to no. So not available and update it. I'll get a message here. Now you see this has become 0. And once I am updating it, this is a tree view. I am refreshing this tree view data. So for that purpose, I kept the display part inside a function and I am calling it. We'll see that when we learn about the code part, when you explain the code, that time we'll see that. Now you can see this has become 0. I can select one more and select it as no and update it. So this will be again not available. So based on that, while creating the bill, these are the based on this available figure, this will that item will be visible to for billing or not, that can be controlled. So there the its setting is if it is not available, then it should not be available for billing. That's the purpose here we are giving the availability. Now you can see there is a category column. All are dinner items, so we have placed it in a category. Now here is a combo box. We can change anything. Let's select one. Here it is. Now let's just see this is a dinner item, item 20. Now we want to shift it to say lunch. So any category we want to change it and update it. Now you can see automatically the selection has shifted to lunch. Where is our, here it is. At the last you can see the item dinner is included here. We can go back to again to the dinner also, update it. Fine. So like that anything you can do. So let's come to breakfast items. Here it is. So everything. Now let's change the price. Imagine see that this price is 30.4. Now I am just making it 30.8. So update it. Whatever value you can see this is already 30.8. Now rest 2 are the strings. Now suppose this is the price. Now in the price column, suppose I entered A, B, C. I am supposed to enter with decimal places, but if I enter ABC, then this will generate an error for me. Expected floating point number but got ABC. So now I have to change this. So something 89.4 I have given, then it will accept it. Fine. So now let me here it is 89.4 I have selected. Okay. Now and once again after every update this will reset, all the values will go and it is ready for the next update. And unit and product name is text only. You can let just unit means it's per plate, per packet, per kg, per liter, like that. So I am just giving something for updation, number 1 and BF blast. This name I am just changing to identify. So I can update it. This 2 will be here. You can see this is updated. Once again I will return to my original thing because this is the text. So other validation also you can add. Suppose you want the product name should be minimum 4 character or all those, or extra validation you can add to this also. So this is the way this script works. So based on all the any rows you can select it and edit it here, and the status will be updated. Now let's go and understand the code. Here is the source code. You can download it also, copy the code. URL is in the description. And first we are using here, this is the our connection string is available here, myConnect. So myConnect is here, the code. We are keeping it in a separate code because other scripts are also accessing this particular myConnection variable. So once you are keep it at a common place, it is easy for anywhere you shift to another system, then you can change the user ID and password of the MySQL database here. You can also learn about this, other script and tutorials are available. Now here this line number 6 we are used for our displaying the error. Now there are some settings, and in these particularly we have used all our widgets, whatever the tree view, entry and buttons and all in the root of it, the script, and from the functions we have managed the configuration that. So that is way it became easy to maintain it also. So here you can see the tree view we have started with. This is the main tree view which will display our data taken from the MySQL table. These are all the tree view settings. There are rows are there, headings, ID, name, unit, price, category available, and then some images we are displaying at the top. In the earlier also we have discussed about that in previous restaurant management script. And here whatever the right side you are having this particular area, whatever it is there, those things are here. These things we have declared it here, the label, then the product name, and each input or entry or a combo box is connected with a string variable or a integer variable. If it is suppose available 0, 1, and the category also int variable is there. Here one thing you must see that this here the radio buttons are used for that. And before that, let's see what is used for the category. You can see category is a int variable, and one more string variable we have taken, because for category 1 selection, 2 or 3 we are taking the label, that particularly breakfast, lunch, dinner, like that. So that variable we are keeping it, and you have declared here a dictionary. You can see here is a dictionary with keys are having the number. These keys goes to the table. And the breakfast, lunch, dinner, say in your case you have say hundreds of different categories. In that case you can create this dictionary by taking data from your table. So here because 3 we are using, so we have created a matching dictionary here. While displaying in the combo box we use these values, breakfast, lunch and dinner. Then we pick up, suppose the user has selected as lunch, then we pick up 2, and that job is done here. You can see whatever the category number is picked up here by using, and we have used the trace method because whenever you change the selection, this trace method of cat cell, this string variable is triggered. So the trace method triggers this myUpdate function, and inside that the pcat set, this value of the number is picked up. Below this is all our entry labels and all, and note that each entry, see this is available. This in case of available we are using a radio buttons, and this is a int variable. Radio button value is yes and the value is 1, and radio button value is no, then sorry it is 0 when it is selected and is no. But one thing is we must also, while reading, we have to set the corresponding radio button based on the current status. That below that we have done that we will see. So these are the radio button, it can take 0 or 1 based on the availability. Now there is a button which updates it. So that button we have kept it. Note that here in this button we have not given any command here. That command dynamically we are creating below when you read all the data are available for edit, because everything you can edit except one column, that is the product ID. Product ID we kept it as a reference because which row is to be edited, for that purpose we'll see that below. So this is all the thing. The first thing is what you can see, it is your show item. There are actually 4 functions are used. Actually the main there are 3. Show item, that is to display all the text from the database based on the whatever category is selected and display it. Then data collect means once you are selected any row, it reads the row ID or the product ID and collect that data and populate it in the entry boxes and combo box for the user to update. Then once the user clicks the button, then update function will work. These 3 are main. One more is my message, only for the assigning a time delay to the messaging part. Here you can see this function is show item. Now this show item, what it does, it receives the category. This cat value is 1 for breakfast, 2 for lunch, 3 for dinner. If in your case you have some grocery item, food item, drinks item, anything you can pass on based on that. Now first what we are doing here is we are removing all the children previously, because this function will call it whenever we change something. So what happens if you don't delete it, it will be added. Next, suppose 5 are there, 8 are there, next you have changes something, next 8 will be added. So remove everything. Then take a, here is the query. We have used a parameter here. So this parameter is, we have given separately, we are passing, it is the cat. So execute it. Now we get the record set from the database. You may ask, where is my connection? My connection is at the top. We declared it. Here it is. From my connect, import my connection. Here it is, and my connect is here. So this file, you can download all the source codes. You need not worry about all this, and you use your user ID and password there. So here we are. Fine. No, below that. So we are inside the function to display it only. The show items takes the cat, and this is the inside the we loop through all the record set items and insert it into the tree view. Note that this IID we have set it to DT0. This DT is just looping element only. The DT is 0 is the PID or the product ID. So once we select it, we'll get this value. And PID or the product ID is a unique, so that is not allowed to edit. All other things, because why a user will require to enter edit that value. Fine. Now once this is there, this function, note that this will be called by other functions also. Now think is data collect. Next is data collect. How moment your tree view is populated, you can select a row. Moment you select a row, this one will be this will pick up the what is the PID or the product ID. Now the question is how this function will be triggered. Come to down. Last you can see here. The last line, before the last line, you can see what this. Any tree view, this tree view select. This is the bind. This is the bind option. So moment you select, here we are saying run this function, data collect. So this function is, so once you select it, this function will be triggered. So data collect is triggered. Now if there is no selection, nothing, but there must be selected. So we run a query, because PID, product ID, the moment you select something, the product ID is collected by this variable selected. Selected holds the product ID. So this product ID, we have passed the query, get it, and this is a single record. We know against that product ID there will be one row of data only. So we have not used fetch many, we have used fetch one only here in this case. So we have just got the S as it's a tuple, we'll get it. So all the elements. Now what we are doing is, we are, if it is none, means successfully we are received in, then we are setting all the input values of the box. Say here P name. Here you see the P name is there, item 4 BF is coming. So that will be set, because P name is connected to this entry box as a string variable. So that we are assigning it. Set is the any string variable you have to assign. You cannot write P name equal to this. No, it has to be set because it's a string variable. Similarly, unit S1. Why not 0? Because S0, the first element is the product ID, PID. Though we have written the sequence, you can change it by changing this star here. You can give the column names, but that sequence we have maintained. So 0 is the product ID. So we have not used here. Then we have used the set. S1 is the product name. You can see here next is unit, and unit is set 2. Then price is 3. Then here, because category is my cat is S4, set the category value. So this is where it is, because if you are selecting breakfast, then this should also select by default. It should, breakfast should be selected. It should not show you a dinner or thing. So for that setting, my cats is connected to the my cats is our combo box. So we are setting it the value here. Sorry, EP cat. This is our combo box, and we are setting the string variable associated with that. You can see it at the top. EP cat. Note it. Here it is. EP cat. You can see, and the text variable is here. pcat cell is the text variable. So we are doing for that purpose where we are. So okay, my cat is again, my cat is our here you can see it where we are pcat. Now here you can see pcat selection is a string variable, my update. Now if you commit here it will be text variable, epcat is our combo box. Now there are labels are there. Before that LR, to all LR things are the labels, don't worry, but these are the specific input variables. So let's just come down where we are. Yeah, my cats S4. What is my cats is actually here the dictionary will be my cats. What a minute, let's go to the top. Here it is. So what we are doing is my cats is my dictionary. So I am just reading as you know, the keys are the 1 2 3 that. So what database, from database will get value like 1 2 3, but we have to display it as breakfast, lunch or dinner. So we match what for this key, what's the value. That is, we are setting it to our combo box. It is here. So we pick up based on the key. Suppose if it is breakfast, then 2 will, sorry, if it is lunch, S4 will have the value 2, and that it will pick up lunch from there, and that will be set. In one line we have written that. Now comes the available. It's a radio button. Again, available is radio button is at the top. We have declared it, so we are setting it here. Available is the radio button. You can see it here. Where is my radio button label? Here. Available is a int variable. Here this part is there. Was this line available? It's the radio button. So int variable, that I am assigning it here. Now the key thing is, what's this? This is the button. We have already placed the button, but nothing, no command was given. So what happened? The state we are telling is normal, because else part we have kept it as disabled if nothing is selected. If here you can see this if is connected to this else, and this line is important. Was that I am configuring the command, the click button. Why I am configuring it here is, suppose whatever you have selected, that will be to that product PID should be passed to the function myUpdate. Because you can see here, if I am selecting a different, this button will, when I click this will carry the PID product ID 3 in when I click this. Now if I'll select this one, another one, the 6, so this update, when I click this will carry the product ID of as 6. If I'll select another 8, so the last one, then when I click this, it will carry the product ID as 8. So that is why this has to be dynamically done. That is why we have used the config here. My update selected. Selected is, as I told you, it's here it is, we are getting the focus or the product ID. Now let's come back. Now this, when you click the button, here all those values are there. Go on editing it. Once you have edited, we click this button, it carries the product ID and my update. My update is just below that. Here it is the function PID. It receives the product ID. Then what it does, first it creates a tuple by taking the data. We are just giving the name as data, and all the values from the inputs from the whatever the radio button is selected or the availability, whatever you have selected, it reads that and creates a tuple. Then we execute it. Update plus to product set all the values we are given as parameter, where product ID is S. Now you can see the last value of this. Let me just is PID. PID is not taken from any input. It is taken what the user has. Now let me just come back. Here it is. What this PID is here. What has been received as the function. When you click that button, the button whatever the PID it passed, that has come up here. So that's all. This ID is ready, available to you. Now because your user generated contents are there and all, we have used a error handling here. Except this is all the error handling for this particular. We have kept this in the try block, so SQL will be executed, and except and 2 errors are there. As I told you that time, suppose this particular except code block will be activated whenever you enter something, say A, B, C I am putting. Now in this case the error will be, this error particularly is done by this, it is captured by this TCL error. So, and similarly, if any database error is there, then that will be captured here. For that purpose, I have at the top I have imported, you can see here from SQL line number 6, you just watch. So this error module I have imported, and that I am using here. So you can now any MySQL site something has come up, some error is there, then that will be captured here. And as you can see, all the error messages I am passing into show message display and error. This function below that we have in previous section also in the tutorial we have used the same function. So why we are using a function? Because we want to display it, and then after some time delay we want to remove the message also. So for that purpose, here it is. You can see the show message display, and is a type. It's a error or a normal. If it is a normal, show it in the foreground is in the green color font. If it is a error, then show it in a red color font. That's the only thing purpose show. But what's this last line? What it does is it removes, or you can see text is blank. It removes the message after 3000 millisecond or 3 seconds, because something has gone wrong. We don't want that to be available. So next message it will be confusing. So it comes. You want it should display for more. Just increase this 3000 to 5000. So it will be there for 5 seconds. Now that's all, friends. These are the 4 category functions we have used. Rest is same. Below that, when you first time open this show item, we are showing with the starts with the breakfast item. So it triggers here 1. And below that, anytime you can change the category to a breakfast, lunch or dinner. You based on your product table also, you have more categories, or some grocery item, food item, vegetables. You put on those categories, and that's all this script is. Once again, just you see this. Here I am changing to lunch. Now the radio button, and it triggered the pass the value as lunch is 2. So pass the 2. So from the database, all category 2. You can see here category column is changed. I can also, as we discussed already, now we can select anything. Here I am selecting. I have got the lunch here. So now I can change it to, let's take it to dinner. Watch this, automatically this will be now, because I have shifted it. So it's a dinner will be selected, and you can see the lunch item what you have changed is appeared here. I can go back to as a lunch item also. This concept you can use it for any other product table you want to edit it. All the entire source code is available. Please share this script with your friends, and request you once again, please subscribe to our channel and post your doubts, questions, suggestions, ideas in the comment section below. We'll try to add new tutorials. So I once again request you, please subscribe and press the bell icon, so you'll be notified all these questions, ideas, new tutorials and all. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.